Sweet dreams, Curious Georgie. This is Georgie. Georgie is a good little monkey and always very curious. Today he is curious about a library book that his friend, the man with the yellow hat, brought him. Georgie sat down to look at the book. There was a yellow check on the cover, pointing up to the sky. This made Georgie even more curious. He brought it to the man with the yellow hat. "Why don't we wait until after dinner, Georgie?" asked his friend. "Why, we can read it as a bedtime story." Georgie wanted to read the book, but he was feeling hungry and dinner did smell delicious. After dinner, it was bedtime. A nice warm bed is just what a monkey needs after a long day. Georgie played with his rubber duck and little toy boat until it was time to get out. His friends held out a fluffy towel with a hood that looks like a chick. That made Georgie think of his new library book. Georgie put on his pajamas and hopped into bed. He couldn't wait to hear that story. "This is the story of Chicken Little," said the man with the yellow hat. "I think you're going to like this one, Georgie." Georgie did like it. Poor Chicken Little thought the sky was going to fall, and then lots of other animals thought it would too. Thank goodness, the sky didn't actually fall. Little monkeys like happy endings. It seemed like the perfect bedtime story. That is, until Georgie woke up in the middle of the night. He had a terrible dream that the sky really was falling. Georgie was scared. His friend came to see what was the matter. Georgie pointed to the book and then to the ceiling. "Don't worry, Georgie, it was just a dream," said his friend. "The sky isn't really going to fall. Let's try to relax and get back to sleep." First, the man with the yellow hat brought him a cup of warm milk. "Warm milk always makes me feel sleepy, Georgie." It seemed to be working for Georgie until, oh no! The warm milk spilled all over the place. After cleaning the mess, his friend got another book to read. The story was about a train that had to race along the tracks and deliver a special package to a little girl. It was very exciting. Georgie was even more wide awake than before. "Maybe song will help," said the man with the yellow hat. "Lie down in bed and I'll sing to you." Georgie tried to rest. He really did, but the song was pretty catchy. First he tapped his toes slowly. Then his whole body wanted to dance. He got up and bounced on the bed. Said his friend. "I wish I knew why you can't sleep tonight." Georgie stopped dancing. He pulled out the book Chicken Little and then pointed to the ceiling again, frowning. "Are you still worried that the sky is going to fall?" his friend asked. Georgie nodded. He just couldn't get that dream out of his head. Said his friend. "I have an idea. Why don't we take my telescope outside to look at the stars and make sure the sky is still wake up where it should be?" Georgie liked that idea so much that he leaped right out of his bed. It was chilly outside, but it was very nice to be out in the dark of the night. Too, the stars were still up in the sky, far, far away. The man with the yellow hat set up the telescope and showed Georgie how to look through it. When Georgie looked through the telescope, the stars looked quite near. He could even see planets. Near, far, near, far. He looked through the telescope many times. It was like magic. See, Georgie, asked his friend. The stars are just where they should be. The sky doesn't look like it's falling, does it? Georgie shook his head with a smile. The man with the yellow hat even had a chart with something called constellation on them, pictured in the stars. Georgie loved looking for the constellations so much that he completely forgot about his bad dream. But it was so late. Georgie yelled, "I think it's time for both of us to get to sleep," Georgie said, his friend, leading him back into the house. By the time they got back to Georgie's room, he was very tired. His friend gave him a hug and tucked him in tightly. "Good night, Georgie," said the man with the yellow hat. But as he was about to close the door, "I hope you have happy dreams." Georgie cuddled his teddy bear for a minute, and then stared to Fred again, just a tiny bit above the sky falling. He opened out of bed and opening his curtains so that he could see the stars in the sky right where they should be. As the starlight streamed into his bedroom, Georgie snuggled down deep into his blankets and fell asleep. Sweet dreams, Georgie. The end.